What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Today's word of the day is collusion. The definition of collusion is secret or illegal cooperation or conspiracy, especially in order to cheat or deceive others. Let's see, why are we talking about collusion today? Well, because if you've been living under a rock for the past couple of days, there has been some recently released documents, thanks to Ryan Shapiro and his work within the Freedom of Information Act, that reveals a vast conspiracy between the American Egg Board and the USDA, trying to influence and get Just Mayo and or Hampton Creek shut down. This is quite amazing, the extent that this group has gone to try and squash Hampton Creek. I mean, there's even within the documentation emails that show, jokingly, threats of murder. So, what has the American Egg Board and the USDA done to attempt to shut down Hampton Creek? Well, they hired a crisis firm. Well, let's go back to the beginning. Well, I don't even know when the beginning is. There's all this stuff just happening. But so they hire a crisis firm. The crisis firm's responsibility is to put out positive press to influential and nutritional food bloggers to promote the healthy benefits of eggs. So suddenly we have all these pro-egg blogs popping up out of the blue. There was also a lawsuit by Unilever, who was the maker of Hellmann's mayonnaise, that stated that Hampton Creek couldn't call Just Mayo because the definition of mayonnaise is that it has to have eggs in it. And it was basically just nitpicking. I mean, Just Mayo calls it Just Mayo for a reason, because they are not calling it mayonnaise because it doesn't have eggs in it. So 34 days into a lawsuit, lots of complaining, lots of backlash, and Unilever drops the lawsuit, not surprisingly. However, there was an attempt between the American Egg Board, the USDA, to back and support Unilever in this lawsuit. Now, that is totally outside their realm of responsibility, but the information is all within this released documentation. So you got a lawsuit. Now, all of a sudden, you have the FDA stepping in with sending a threatening letter to Hampton Creek saying they cannot call it Just Mayo because mayonnaise contains eggs. Again, they are not calling it mayonnaise. They are calling it mayo. And people can say, well, it's the shortened version of mayonnaise. Well, it's still not mayonnaise. And it clearly states that it's mayo and it's plant-based. So, and kudos to Josh from Hampton Creek for not backing down. He says they're not going to change the name. They are talking to the FDA, and he is confident that they will get their point across. However, as far as this other stuff goes, let's see. There was some communication between, I believe it was somebody within the American Egg Board and I think CEO of Hidden Villa Ranch, where they actually say, one of them says, "Can we pool our money together to put a hit on him?" On him being Josh, the CEO of Hampton Creek, and then another one says, "Should I contact my old Brooklyn buddies and have them pay him a visit?" Now, people are assuming that that's a joke, and it probably is. But if it's not, that's pretty damn scary. I mean, that's like conspiracy to commit murder right there within emails because you're scared of this guy's product. That's pretty darn scary right there. But again, everybody's going on the assumption that that was just joking, which it probably was. I mean, I know these people are ruthless, and losing dollars to them is very important. But I have to believe that that was within a joking context. But I mean, there's so many other things here. They also went to Whole Foods to try and get Whole Foods to stop carrying Hampton Creek Just Mayo, because in the beginning, Whole Foods was one of the only places where you could get Just Mayo. But now you can get it anywhere. You can Target, Safeway, well, even Walmart now. Even Dollar Tree has the little tiny Just Mayo containers that you can go in there and get for $1. So Just Mayo is everywhere now, and it really has these people bothered. Not to mention the fact that now they're dealing with the bird flu, and egg prices are skyrocketing, and more companies are going to Hampton Creek for their egg replacer, and it really has these people bothered. I mean, back in June, I think Josh was talking about some huge food corporations are coming to Hampton Creek, like begging for their egg replacer, because of the bird flu, and that's great for Hampton Creek, not so great for the egg industry. So, these people are working together. They're working with the United States government, which supposedly is supposed to regulate these industries. But when you have people that are in the animal abuse industry, and then they become part of the government entity that is supposed to regulate the animal abuse industry, you're not going to get much regulation there. I mean, you've got people that are farmers, cattle ranchers, egg people, all these people. They go from their farming and their all that stuff to becoming prominent positions within the USDA, and then you expect that they're going to regulate their friends. I mean, come on. so so you have this group that are trying to shut down Hampton Creek. They they have made valiant effort to do it. Fortunately, they have not gotten it done, but there's the potential that they've even broken laws within the confines of what they have tried to do, as pointed out by these documents, which I'll include down in the description. Uh, According to the folks that put out the information, laws violated by the USDA's Egg Board. One of them is that no funds collected by the Egg Board under the order shall in any manner be used to propose or influence governmental policy or action. The second one must be directed towards increasing the general demand for eggs and egg products. Sorry. 3, must be approved by the Secretary before becoming effective. 4, disclosure of any material connection between the endorser, i.e. blogger, and sponsored advertiser, i.e. Egg Board. AMS will disapprove any advertising considered disparaging or those that depict other commodities in a negative or unpleasant light via either overt or subjective video, photography, or statements, excluding those that are strictly comparative. So those are 5 laws that have been outlined as potentially being violated by this conspiracy theory. Let's see. I'll just read one of these emails here. This is from Joanne Ivy, who is the president CEO of the American Egg Board. And it says, Missy, I am getting a lot of emails about this product from egg producers and further processors. The further processor considers this a serious threat to their business. I have met with John, and we think it would be a good idea if Edelman looked at this product as a crisis and major threat to the future of the egg product business and provide some advice and input as to how we should address this situation. I was wondering if you should hold a press conference or a conference call, this week to discuss, or if Edelman would like to give some thought to the situation and get back to me about how you would like to present your recommendations and move forward. I realize this is an egg product issue, but I respect Edelman's expertise in a crisis situation. I am feeling this is turning into a crisis. Most of the emails I am getting are similar to this one. What we are doing at the Egg Board with regard to this competing product, we need to have an answer. So that's just one of the emails that shows just how terrified of Hampton Creek and Just Mayo these people really are, and what they will go to, and the extent that they will push to just get competition shut down. This is a government agency and a regulatory board that are working together. This is the USDA is obviously a government agency, and the American Egg Board is, I guess, part of that. I don't know the ins and outs of all that, but they are willfully working together with people within the egg industry to shut this company down, and it's quite scary. So yeah, that's the big, I guess, in my world, the big news that's happened over the last couple of days is there is a vast conspiracy going on within government agencies and egg producers to shut down the competition, which is Hampton Creek and Just Mayo. And honestly, it's pathetic. It is beyond pathetic. If they are that scared, then maybe they should do something to change their product, or maybe people are just waking up and realizing that animal abuse, confining hens in tiny little cages, all that stuff is just it's not going to be tolerated more. More and more people are becoming aware of the cruelty that is involved in factory farming, egg production, and everything that's included within the realm of animal agriculture. So if they're that concerned, maybe they should find an alternative. Hampton Creek is doing the right thing. They have the financial backing of mega billionaires. They have good intentions. They are interested in preserving the planet, making their products a little bit healthier for people, and the welfare of the animals that are being spared by the fact that their products do not contain eggs. So if you're interested in this, you can review the documentation that I'll include down in the description. You can Google conspiracy against Hampton Creek. It's been, in fact, ABC News was the first news agency to break it. I haven't seen it on a lot of other news sites, although there was even one conservative website that is pretty outraged by what's going on about this. And to hear a conservative be outraged about something like this that's pretty impressive, because all they care about is really making money. So you can Google it. You can read the various news reports on it. I'll include the actual documentation release down in the descriptions. So yeah, vast conspiracy against Hampton Creek by the egg industry and the American Egg Board and the USDA. So that's what's happening right now. Thanks for watching. If you liked my video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated my video and you hate me, give it a thumbs down. As always, subscribe and leave comments, and I'll see you next time.
I will fight, I will do what it takes to make it right.